Good day and welcome back to another Build of the Week video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how the target Goku team does in the Metal Cooler Red Zone. So yes, it is indeed how is the target Goku team doing in a Metal Cooler Red Zone. Obviously there's no real Goku event that I would say is reciprocal to Red Zone. There's a couple that are maybe close to it, but just nothing that feels close to the difficulty on how to test out a team. And the Metal Cooler Red Zone is quite a nice one to look at. It's a pretty tough one, obviously. So for those who don't know how it works, it has 3 phases before you can get to the second phase. You have to go through those 3 turns. There's not really anything you can do. You face a Metal Cooler army. They can fire off multiple super attacks, which is quite irritating, but you can attack lower them, which is pretty valuable and pretty important. So obviously that comes into play quite significantly. And with this team, as we kind of know a little bit from the beginning of the Omega Shenron event, this team handles that pretty well. So this team, with the amount of attack lowering it has, handles that pretty well. Piccolo Jr., he provides attack lowering when he's first in slot. We have attack lowering from LR Baby. We have attack lowering from the Cooler, the Strength Cooler, from both of them. So we have a lot of attack lowering, and I think it's super important to take note that it is super beneficial in a lot of game modes, but specifically in this Metal Cooler fight, which is why I kind of wanted to highlight it, because it really diminishes the amount of damage that this Metal Cooler army phase can do. Obviously then we move on to the physical phase against Metal Core Cooler, who hits pretty hard. He hits quite decently, pretty tough like a truck. But fortunately we have some really strong strength units and just big damage dealers overall, who really make things shine. Now in this team we're running some interesting units, so we're going for kind of like so it is a target Goku team, but it is actually a Terrifying Conquerors team build. So it's a target Goku category team built under the Terrifying Conquerors lead of Piccolo Jr. Piccolo Jr. obviously is a fantastic unit, big time damage dealer, really strong defensively after super, and a great unit just in general. Pretty much every part of his kit is pretty awesome, and he shows it. He really does do some big damage here. He does some really good kind of performances here. Of course, alongside him, we have the LR Baby, a unit that's just extremely awakened. So super interesting to see how good he does. His defense after super is super high, like really high, and he can do some good damage. Obviously, we're not getting the full LR Baby experience because we're not facing a Pure Saiyan. But Baby still does great. He still does some really ridiculous damage levels, even when not facing a Pure Saiyan. So it's not like he is useless when not facing them. He still does a great job, even defensively. Really impressive unit. Then we have the double strength coolers. So obviously we have the LR Cooler, a unit that's maybe fallen off a tiny bit, just due to his start of turn defense being maybe a little bit too low, but it's still great. After super, great defense. Damage wise, a little bit RNG. Like that's the thing with this team, which I'll talk about a little bit. But yeah, Cooler, a little bit RNG with the damage. It depends on your build and how many dupes you have, but he can be very good. And then you also have the Strength Cooler, obviously the Terrifying Conquerors lead. Really good unit. Really solid. Stacks defense, stacks attack really quickly, because of obviously all of his good links and everything. Mine is only at 55%, and I do feel like at 55% he is starting to feel the heat of the super high load of numbers that are occurring nowadays. But I think there's still good scope for him, especially if you've got him rainbowed. I think he's still a very good unit. There is definitely a feeling that he's getting tacked a little bit by the high number surge, and that happens in Dokkan every now and then. And then of course we have LR Golden Freezer, a unit that starts off with huge damage reduction, and slowly gets it whittled down, but in replace of it gets more defense, more attack, and becomes a bit more of an offensive kind of general stat unit. He still holds damage reduction at the end. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is 30%. But I will be checking that. But yeah, Golden Frieza, definitely, a strong unit. I think he definitely needs dupes. He feels like he needs dupes, especially once his damage reduction starts to drop. Yeah, he has 30% damage reduction. But overall, he's still really, really good. When everything kind of comes together, he looks really, really solid. And I think, yeah, he does a great job. I do think you just need dupes in him. You probably just need to invest a bit of time into him. But he's still a good unit. I think if he had Big Bad Bosses, it might be a bit better. But yeah, overall, still really awesome. So yeah, so this team, as I kind of mentioned, is a little bit of an RNG beast. So you can have turns with this team where everything just goes nuts. In Piccolo Jr. starts popping off, fires 3-4 super attacks, each critting, and basically the boss is dead anyway. You can have Cooler, Strength Cooler, pretty much doing the exact same thing. Throwing himself around, throwing that big weight around. Again, another unit that can fire 3-4 super attacks, all being crits, and easily decimate the boss, which we actually see a little bit here. We actually do see Cooler kind of pop off, but the team is like that. The team is just, when it works, when it sings, when everything comes together, when you get not like you need perfect luck, but when you get, I would say, favorable RNG, this team is a lot of fun. Like, we're talking a lot of fun, lots of damage, lots of output, super quick, like super speedy team. And I think that's something to really respect. I think, it's one of the really cool aspects of this team that really works quite well. And it's impressive from that regard. But yeah, I would say, the Target Goku team needs a little bit of build-up time. So events like Zamasu and all that aren't great for it. But we've seen in how they've handled the Mega Shenron and now handled Metal Cooler. As long as they get given that little bit of time, just that 1 or 2 turns to kind of set themselves up, get their rotations, get their attacks in, then this team functions incredibly well. Like, really, really well. The numbers are huge. The numbers are, like, very impressive. And every unit feels like they're playing a really good part. AGL Golden Frieza, Strength Cooler, Int Piccolo Jr., AGL Baby. They all feel like they're just putting up good numbers, doing good work, and just being good units. Which is rare sometimes for a team. Sometimes it feels like you have these super hungry teams where, like, every unit needs a little bit of everything to get going. These guys, once they get going, they're up to speed. And you don't need much. You don't need to maintain stacks or do anything like that. I think it's just very cool. But that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and yeah. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, yeah, let me know what you think about the category. And bye.